Okay, thick skin.
Oh my God, you two are so beautiful. I was just wondering if maybe I could get one of your numbers. No?
Sorry.
We're not talking muscles. We're talking how to develop the mindset. I don't even know, like thick skin. It should be like thick mind. Develop the mindset to be able to tolerate criticism no matter what you're doing. It seems like people just love to criticize other people, which it's amazing when you stop criticizing other people how good your life becomes. How you just pick at people and try to tear people down is really a bad thing. So how does one develop thick skin to be able to realize, you know what? It's not about you, it's about them. I know in real estate, for me personally, when you are doing a better and a better and a better and a better job and becoming more and more successful, people want to tear you down. Even, you look at people like, when I think like of NASCAR and you think of like Jeff Gordon, like the higher Jeff Gordon would go and win the pole every week, the more other people just wanted to almost hate him, which makes no sense to me. But I think it's important that in order to develop that thick skin, you have to just know that when you're doing stuff on social media, such as YouTube, and I do the Facebook Lives, and I do the silly videos and all of that. I have a lot of serious videos as well, but you want to put out good content. And if you know, hands down, that you are an expert in whatever field that you're doing, whether it's maybe, another one like music, a musician, if they know that they're singing great songs and they're putting out great music, yeah, you're going to get criticized. But just be true to you, be authentic, put out good content, continue to study whatever your craft is, knowing that you are the expert in that field, and know that you're a good person. And when people try to tear you down, know that it's not about you, it's about them. And then most importantly, don't tear other people down. Always, my mom will always say, Mother Teresa, do it anyway, do the right thing. Just always put out in the universe what you want back. When I think about thick skin, I used to door knock in 2011 when I started real estate. And I can't tell you, I think that's where I grew a thicker skin, is because I think about the doors that were not opened, the doors that people would look at me like, get off my porch. I think through all of that is where my thick skin became thicker. I think it came even further when I look back, like, just rejection, constantly rejected. I mean, even all through high school, rejected by guys, So I look back at, rejection has led me to persevere, to continue to try harder, and that's okay. Now, I will say, as far as one thing that can be a challenge with thick skin is people saying you're one thing and they don't even know you.
The best defense to speech that you don't like about yourself as a public figure is to develop a thick skin. It's really the only effective defense, because you can't stop it. You are going to be misunderstood. If you're doing anything interesting in the world, you're going to have critics. The only way, if you absolutely can't tolerate critics, then don't do anything new or interesting. And then you can insulate yourself. Then think how wonderful your life will be.
They have no idea who you are, but they want to project this idea of they think they know who you are. And I would just say that's one thing probably in the last, I'd say 3 months, I've worked on really hard. That part I don't care about anymore. And that's been a recent, probably in the last 8 to 12 weeks, that I've turned this corner, that I'm so glad that someone doesn't know me and they want to talk about me or talk about you, who you are. If they don't know you, if they've never really gotten a chance to really get to know you, definitely that's where the thick skin is going to come in play, because people are going to talk about people. And that's one thing I think we all need to work on is if you haven't personally met someone, but you hear from somebody else what they're like or what they're not like, get to know someone before you judge them. And when you are being judged, you know what? Just water's off a duck's back is what Susie Reed would say to me. So that's one thing that I have had personal growth on. I think that's something we all need to work on. So I'm going to give you some tips that I found online of how do you deal with criticism and developing that thick skin. And I know, if you want to live like this big, bold, creative life, just know that people are going to want to, the bigger and the more bold you want to be, the more people are going to want to tear you down. So these are some really great tips. Number one, separate fact from interpretation. So, if people are bringing you true value and are criticizing you on something that you look back at and you go, okay, when I read that, that's a pretty valid point, and actually, take that as constructive criticism versus you're going to have people who are just going to criticize you, and just being able to separate those two is really important. Number two, I like this, find the shiny red button. Here's another great one. Take that criticism that someone gives you and actually use it as a refueling purpose. This happened to me with my first coach that I've shared with you before. And when they criticize you and tell you you can't do something, take that power back and actually refuel it into something really, really positive, and watch yourself explode. And I would say another tip is just to ignore the people on the sidelines. When you're an entrepreneur, and I would think that musicians are going to be criticized. I think opening a restaurant, talk about critique. I mean, they're critiquing your food, they're critiquing your restaurant, they're critiquing your decor, they're critiquing everything. Unless they're giving you, positive, really good things again to make you better, and that they're perhaps a competitor of yours, and that's why they're, saying bad things on Yelp about you, as a restaurant owner. Just ignore those things from the sidelines. And another tip is find a thick skin role model. Did you know that Dr. Seuss actually was rejected on his first book, and he went on to sell millions and millions of books thereafter? So, just make sure that when you're thinking of someone that you want to be like, ask them maybe how they develop their thick skin, and know that it's okay to have rejection. It's okay for people to make fun of you. It's okay that people aren't going to see you as those who truly love you, because they always say that quote of those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. So I think that's really important, just to make sure you find someone who, like Madonna, Lady Gaga. There's all these people who have become really, really successful in life, and in the beginning they were rejected. So just give it time, and just keep that perseverance going, and just know that good things are ahead.
I believe that it's not the fear of failure that holds most people back. It's the fear of failing in front of somebody else. It's the fear of judgment. It's you going out and trying something, whether it's a big picture thing or just a little tiny thing. You want to do it, but then that little instinct kicks in. How will I be judged? How will people think about me? And so yes, it's about thickening your skin, but then it's how do you do it? How do you thicken your skin? Because just telling yourself you need to thicken your skin, you need to act tough, isn't going to help you, at least in my opinion. Here are the ways that I do it. I think you don't thicken your skin by doing some big Herculean thing. I think it's a matter of identity. I think it's a matter of you believing in yourself that you are the kind of person who, when adversity comes, when fear of judgment comes, that you stick through it and you do it. And so it comes from doing the micro. It's in the everyday. It's in the little tiny things on a daily basis that make you nervous.
Okay, so I am here with Justin from
The Inspection House. How's it going, everybody?
So tonight we are hosting an event at Top Golf, and I was telling him about we were talking about my vlog, and this week's vlog is on having thick skin and growing thick skin. So I was picking your brain on, what did you do before this, and what did you do? And you've always been in some line of sales.
Most definitely, yes.
So I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. So tell me, how do you grow thick skin, and what does that mean to you?
It really comes from a lot of experience. Like, I'm by nature, I guess, from how I was raised, and everything, like, I really truly am compassionate and really value what people think about me. Like, if I could be better myself, and if somebody says something towards me and that, might be taken offense, or, I might not even think the same. Initially, I was just like, I'd be taken aback and be like, oh my God, that's offensive. But whenever, you think about why their initial reason why they're saying this, maybe because they are your friends. And one of my favorite quotes is, true friends stab you in the front. They don't want to beat around the bush. They tell you.
Wow.
I love that quote.
Whose
right?
quote is that by?
I think it is. It's not Socrates. I think it's. I forgot. I have to double check on that.
I have to Google that.
But it is a great quote that I've always held true to me.
Because they tell you the truth.
Exactly.
They don't do this.
Exactly. They don't. They stab you in the front.
it.
They're telling you this for a reason.
Yeah.
They're telling this so that you can
become
grow.
better.
It took. I mean, don't get me wrong. It took many years getting used to it. Hearing different criticism. Positive criticism and whatnot.
What about the haters? Like people who
The
are
haters,
like, look at him. Who does he think he is going on?
Haters will always be there.
Awesome.
Haters will always be
and
there.
that thick skin. What do you do? Like,
The thing is, what you have to realize, you can't please everybody, and then, they're gonna be that way for a reason. If they're hating on you, like the saying goes, you must be doing something right.
Right.
On that. Like, I mean,
Jeff Bezos talks about that.
Exactly. Like, the thing is, you're bringing enough noise. You're bringing enough where people take notice. Good, bad, whatever anyone says.
Yeah.
But if you really have that integrity within your own self, and truly, to the core, believe in what you're doing and what you're saying and how you live your life, then go for it. You only have one life to live. Be that way.
Right.
Hold your friends close. Sometimes enemies closer. The things that they say to you, take it with a grain of salt. Don't let it define who you are. But then reflect.
Allow that whatever they're saying to you, allow that to be the catalyst to make you become a better person.
Yes.
Right?
Because if you're not growing, and then what are you doing? I'm always trying to better myself each and every day, whether it be within
Personally,
work, personally,
business, as a parent.
exactly.
Child.
I don't have that yet, but when I do, yes, I feel.
Are we single?
Yes, I am. Yes, this person is single as of right now.
Okay, you heard it, ladies.
But
Who wants to grow thick skin with Justin?
Very thick skin over here. But I'm a big dork. Long
Me
walks
too.
on the beach.
Yep.
Don't take myself too seriously.
Oh, this is turning into. Here
Oh my
we
God,
go.
we're actually
And-
diverting,
I know,
deflecting
right?
into another conversation.
If they want to get a hold of Justin, I'm going to give you my personal number. They can't call you
Lordy.
directly, right?
You can message. Hit me in the DM.
Shoot him a message. What's your number, Justin?
Am I really gonna put this out on here?
Let's do it. Do it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
should we
I'm gonna
follow
jump
you
off the
on
ledge.
Facebook and-
Follow me on Facebook first.
Okay.
Hit me up on the messenger, and we'll start a conversation and go from there.
Okay, sounds good.
But to everybody who you think you have thin skin, it takes practice, it takes experience, it takes those wounds to build the skin over that.
Yep.
You got this. Be strong.
Be you.
And be you. More than anything, be true to thine own self.
Be you.
Boom.